All right, guys. Love and light was popping, was rocking, was good, was gravy. Today, this is gonna be a different one. Today, we gonna be a little different. Let me check the audio real quick. All right, we good. Yeah, today's gonna be a little different. Today is gonna be something that I should have been doing a long time ago. So just make sure you sit back, relax, tune in, whether you're in your office, whether you're in the gym, whether you're in the car, whether you're scrolling. This is going to be some undeniable factual stuff that, you feel me, you can't hate on. More of a podcaster than a gamer, but I am great at both. So I like to label myself a content creator. I ain't even got the branding up yet. A lot of people don't know. They're probably first time ever tuning into this style and branding of what we do here in this conversation format. So I just thought I'd bring it back because shit, why not? And this is what I know. This is what I do. I mean, I know gaming, I know podcasts. I know a lot of people be missing the point. They shack at the free throw line. They be missing the point on what I be saying. But this is really what I do. And I cannot be a Colts fan like fanatic. I'm talking Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, Gary Brackett, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, Bob Sanders, Antoine Bethea, Jason David, who was that bum ass cornerback who kept getting burnt? Marlon Jackson. You feel me? I'm a Colts fanatic. I can't be a Colts fanatic. Can't be a Colts fan. Definitely can't be a part of the media without reporting this. So you know what I'm saying? Sit back, relax, tune in for these next 15 minutes. We about to have us a nice intellectual, and I mean real intellectual with facts conversation, man, because it's a lot of stuff that really real life needs to be discussed at the end of the day. Really, a lot of people will be Jim Irsay's on pills and Jim Irsay's ruining our team, man. Y'all need to realize what's going on, and let's look at some facts here. So let's get my notes first. Let me get the notes up. First and foremost, let's pay some bills. This stream and video is sponsored by Mellow Hype. For all your active, daily, casual urban wear, make sure you check out mellowhype.com. Link will be in the description. First-time buyers will be privileged to 15% off if you use the promo code Impulse. Make sure you use that. All links will be in the description, so you know what I'm saying. Shout out to mellowhype.com for letting us do what we do. At this age, I just had a birthday pass. There's been a lot of self-reflection. There's been a lot of family reflection. There's been a lot of career reflection. Just, you know, like life in general, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people haven't hit those thresholds, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe their goals or their dreams aren't big enough to scare them. You dig? So I've made a lot of mistakes chasing this dream. I burned a lot of bridges chasing this dream. I pissed a lot of people off. But every time I really get down, and I mean like really get down, a couple people been checking on me. Are you okay, bro? What's going on? Every time I really get down, you know, I look at all the other people's sacrifice who helped me chase this, because at the end of the day, it's not just me and it's not just about me. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. A lot of people think you can just sit here, pick up a controller, and go hard for hours, and that's how it's going to be. And that's like one part of it. I wish I could tell y'all that's like the best part. It's literally the easiest part, but that's literally like the smallest part of this whole content wheel. And that includes podcasting, that includes YouTube, and that includes like anything, any journey that you take. There's going to be some sacrifice. There's going to be some self-reflection. There's going to be some learning. It's going to be a lot of shit, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just time we lean back into what I do best and what I do great. And a lot of people have been irritated by the content, by the conversations, by the comments, by the captions. So we just going to lean back into what we do great, and that's have a conversation, and that's pod. We still going to give y'all the game and heat. We're still going to give y'all video analysis. We're going to dive back into that. I'm going to do a Lethal Weapon 2 deep dive just because I was watching it on stream service the other day, and it pretty much is better than every movie that's dropped today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Richard Donner, Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Joe Pesci. One of the GOAT movies. But, you know, we getting out of subject. We're ranting. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up. Pimp slap that like button because it helps us reach new audiences, or you can hit that share. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, today's conversation. And we're going to probably be doing these once a day, once a week, because that's just what I feel like needs to happen. And, it's fun, right? So we got to talk. Mr. Irsay, Mr. Jim Irsay, NFL billionaire, executive. He has some controversial quotes and is rubbing a lot of Colts fans the wrong way. A lot of Colts fans, not me, because I feel like, I've been learning how to play chess, so I've been using the phrase, look at the entire chessboard of what's going on. He hasn't been rubbing me the wrong way. I actually been applauding some of his moves, some of his personnel moves, some of the spending habits they've been making, some of the roster moves they've made. Team is still kind of subpar, kind of mid, but I see the trajectory that we could go, right? Like I really do. I see this team 8-8, maybe 7-9. There's a couple people and pieces that we need to shuffle and get right before we can take that jump. He said he's an opioid addict. He is not an opioid addict, bro, but he's rich. Name me one rich person that's not on something. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are mad at what he said to Jonathan Taylor. So let's pull a reaction cam up just because I want to get full context here. If I die tonight and Jonathan Taylor is out of the league, no one is going to miss us. The league is going on. We know that. The NFL, not for long, rolls on. It doesn't matter who comes and goes. It is a privilege to be a part of this brotherhood. Now, I was never, and I mean never, good enough to even touch NFL grass or locker room. So to a degree, he is right. To a degree, he is right. And I have some data to back up what I think the Colts are about to do or they're about to pull. But to a degree, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jonathan Taylor, you got to look at the room, dog. And I mean, look at the room. Let's go all the way back to Le'Veon Bell before we get into this context. Le'Veon Bell thought he was the man. And at the time he was setting the league on fire. I think he finished damn near every game with 100 plus on Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell was a dog. Pittsburgh gave him an offer. He felt like it wasn't sufficient enough for his lifestyle and his pocket. So he's like, nah, I'm going to walk. Not only am I going to walk, I'm going to sit out to prove to y'all I'm him. And at the time, we all applauded it. Yeah, Le'Veon, let's go. But did he really win? He went to the Jets. He got paid. The Jets were ass. 2 packs of ass. They didn't do anything. He got released. He got picked up by the Chiefs. Never touched the field. Get your ass back. The point I'm making here is the Pittsburgh Steelers, they didn't stop motion. The Jets, they didn't stop motion. The Chiefs, they continue to pick up running backs. Not for long. So in context of Jonathan Taylor, and in the comments, Jim Irsay is making a lot of people are mad that Jonathan is demanding a trade. That's cool, bro. Demand a trade. But just know, this has been done before. You know what I'm saying? History always repeats itself if you don't learn. I feel like the Colts not only learned and mastered this. So check this out. This is my theory on why I don't understand why everybody is angry. Because it literally makes no sense. In 1998, the Colts had rookie Peyton Manning. And they had Marshall Faulk coming off of, let me see. He played 15 out of 16 games, 324 carries, 13-19 on the ground with 6 touchdowns. Here's the kicker. This is where Marshall Faulk really started his prime and his illustrious Hall of Fame career. 86 catches and 908 yards. This is a team with, at the time, Marcus Pollard and rookie Marvin Harrison. This is Marshall Faulk. You know what Bill Polian did? And he wasn't demanding money at the time. I feel like Bill Polian was reading the room. Bill Polian traded Marshall Faulk. The next year, we got Edgerrin James. This process happened to Edgerrin James, too. To keep Dallas Clark, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, and Reggie Wayne, pillars of the team, they didn't pay Edgerrin James. They let him walk. Jim Irsay still gave him a ring when he went to Arizona. He had a couple great years. They went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it. Edgerrin James got his just due, and he's going to always be solidified in the Colts fandom as, like, you know, getting taken care of. When they dropped Marshall, when they dropped Edgerrin, they dropped Joseph Adai. We ain't had a good running back since. Jonathan literally is in that tier of all those guys I'm naming. But you can always be replaced, bro. Jonathan Taylor's best season a couple years ago, 332 carries, 11 on the ground, 18 touchdowns, 40 catches, 362 tubs in the air. That's cool. The running back aspect of it, you're one of one for sure. For sure. One of one. I just don't think Jim Irsay is wrong with saying, all right, bro, you feel like you should get this much money? Tell me why. Again, we go back to the data. Y'all know me. I always try to lean on the data. Let's look at the data. Let's look at some free agent running backs who are still, we're going to say, got some tread on the tires, have proven something, have proven they can play in this league. They ain't got no job either, bro. So sometimes it's like you got to read the room of the market and what people is asking for. Kenyon Drake, no job. Leonard Fournette, no job. Ezekiel Elliott, no job. Kareem Hunt, no job. Dalvin Cook, he's talking with the Jets. But if the Jets really wanted to sign him, you know what? They would have. No job. Running backs are a dime a dozen. We've heard it our whole life. I don't want to say these guys are super expendable. I don't want to marginalize what they bring to a team from an emotional aspect, from a toughness aspect. I don't want to do any of that because, like I say, Edgerrin James is literally one of my favorite players. Clinton Portis, you know, shout out to you. Some of my favorite players, LaDainian Tomlinson, Thomas Jones, Frank Gore, Adrian Peterson. I could go on and on. I'm not marginalized what these guys bring to the team. But in the current economic state of the NFL, we can go back to where this started. We're not looking at the starting point. Todd Gurley was setting the league on fire. Got paid a dumbass bag by the Rams. Got ran into the ground by the Rams. Sean McVay was like, check this out. I'm going to give me a good running back for a couple of years. I'm going to use him until he's not serviceable anymore. We're not going to pay him. You really don't pay running backs once they turn 30. And we're just going to let the market dictate if somebody else want to take on that problem. Because we can always go get another running back. And if you don't believe the data, the Kansas City Chiefs 2 years ago drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, LSU, pretty good crop of NFL talent players in all positions. Didn't really pan out how Andy Reid and them, Patrick Mahomes and them boys wanted him to move inside of their offense. So then they go to Rutgers. They get Isaiah Pacheco after 7th round. Rest is history. I see Isaiah took his job all second half of the season. The Chiefs had a different type of momentum just on the ground. I mean, Patty gonna do what he do, right? Patty's gonna do what he do. And I just don't think people really realize the current state of the running back. Look at where we started. Look at where we're going. You're going to need a running back to win the game for sure. But like someone told me, we haven't had a team win a Super Bowl with a top tier number 1 first round drafted running back, bell cow running back, since like 2010. Going all the way back to when the Seahawks did it with Marshawn Lynch. And he wasn't even the leading rusher on that team. It was Percy Harvin. Shout out Percy. You know, we're going to get into that Percy Reggie debate someday, y'all. So look at the data. It's 2023. We went back to 2010. That's like 13 years of data that says, do we really need a running back? Yes and no, depending on the style of play you have. My closing point, what a lot of people mad at Jim Irsay's decision making. I think y'all just, I'm gonna bring the post back up in here just for context in this closing point, this closing argument. Y'all do know the Colts have the 4th most wins since 2000, behind the Patriots, the Steelers, and the Chiefs. No, we don't have the rings. No, we don't have the notoriety nationally. But the Colts get busy. The Peyton Manning era for sure got us that number. The Andrew Luck era continuously helped keep that up. It's been a rotation of quarterbacks. We got to see what Anthony Richardson is going to bring to the table. At the end of the day, it's a reason it's called the Not for Long League. Everybody can be replaced, dog. Everybody can be replaced. Till next time, King of the Podcast, I'm out.